My name is Kirk Kirkpatrick. I'm 49 years old, and I'm running for Haywood County Commissioner. I was born in Chapel Hill. My dad was in pharmacy school, but was raised in Waynesville my entire life. My family's been here since the early 1800s. I was graduated from Catawba College in 1992, and then went on to law school at Regent University, where I graduated in 94 and started a law practice here in 1995. I've been practicing law ever since. The accomplishments that I believe that we've had are a lot of the infrastructure. The courthouse, the Justice Center was built during my tenure. The courthouse was renovated during my tenure. The jail and the Justice Center was developed during my tenure. The purchase of the old Walmart for the Department of Health and Human Services was purchased during that time. One of the main things is the revival of the hospital. The hospital lost its Medicaid number. It's not necessarily we were under a hospital authority at that point in time. We were down to 6 patients. I served on multiple boards during that time. As a matter of fact, one of the first meetings for collaboration with the hospital, with other hospitals, was in this office. And so it's certainly not attributable to one person, but I feel like that I spent a lot of time to make sure that that hospital was successful. And I believe that now it has been successful. I would say to maintain infrastructure is one of the most important things. To improve education. I think we have done a good job with education, but education is always at the forefront as part of being a Haywood County Commissioner, and so I think that's important. I think keeping the tax rate as low as possible, yet making sure that we provide the services that provide a good quality of life for our citizens. The main thing is just making sure that we take care of our citizens properly. Well, I don't really look at the county commission as being a Republican or Democrat commission. I know that's how we run. But since I've been there for the last 16 years, I've seen the commission act, at least the 5 people act in a nonpartisan way. And I think I've yet to serve on a board, and I've served on 8 different boards with 8 different sets of 5 people, wherein that board does not serve to try to do what's best for Haywood County. I think what you could run into is a problem with someone who gets on the board who has an agenda that doesn't serve the best interests of all the people of Haywood County. Fund balance is very important as far as the way that financial institutions look at a county. So I think it's important to have a good fund balance, but I also think it's important to keep the fund balance at such a place where you're not saving money on the backs of the county citizens. So I think you should use the fund balance when you have necessary items for expenditure, but I'm not a proponent of saving a lot of money to say we've got a big fund balance to utilize. We've established the Council of Governments and been a part of that, and that has grown over the tenure that I have been there over the last 16 years. And I think the cooperation with the towns is a benefit to the county. I think the towns should stand alone, the county should stand alone, but we should collaborate on certain things, and we should also not duplicate certain things. Recreation is one of those things where we have to meet on a regular basis, at least talk to each other about not duplicating certain things, because none of us individually have the money to supply everything that the county needs recreation-wise. So I think the counties and towns should work together. I'm not saying either, and stand independently, but also work to the benefit of all the citizens. Well, we saw the fact that Asheville is such an attractive place in Buncombe County, and they were having many new industries and companies looking at that area. Whereas we went through a period of time where we didn't have a lot of industry or companies looking at our area. And so basically, just as in hospitals are having to do is regionalize, we felt like it would be good for economic development for us to regionalize and be part of Buncombe County, or part of the same group of people that they're looking at. And hopefully what we can do is we can attract an industry or a company that's maybe not interested in entirely what Asheville offers, but something more like what Waynesville and Haywood County and Canton offers. And so I think it's been a really good thing. We've had a lot of interested companies and industry since that time, and I hope soon we can land something. I think voters should choose me because of the experience that I do have. And unfortunately, voters can not choose me because of the experience. When you have 16 years under your belt, they can kind of look at you and say, do we like what this guy has done, or do we not like what he's done? And then they can cast their vote. As far as when you're running for election, you can say a lot of things about yourself, but generally, if you've been in there that long, it's what have you accomplished and how have you made decisions? And I hope that people feel that I've made good decisions for the county. We're in a better place than we were 16 years ago, and that they will vote for me.